Hello. I know it's been quite a while since I've filmed anything. I've been talking about all over my Instagram, like, oh, I'm coming back. I filmed a video, and then just haven't posted it and didn't really like the footage. It was a whole thing. So I think now I'm a bit more comfortable doing it. I guess we'll just see if this video even goes up, if anything comes up. But today's video is going to be a 24-hour readathon for Melly Reads. 24-hour readathon happening the 27th to 28th of March. My plan is to read the ebooks that I have on Libby and maybe some ebooks on my Kindle. But, you know, it's just mainly the ones on Libby because those are due in like 5 days. Yeah. I'm currently 80% through Once Upon a Quinceañera. It's a contemporary new adult romance about a girl who didn't have her quinceañera because, you know, some things happened. They took it away from her as a punishment, and now it's a couple years later. I think she's just about to graduate high school, but something comes up, so she starts working as like a princess. You know those people that dress up as like princesses or heroes and go to parties, that type of thing, to get that extra credit, I guess, before she graduates high school. Ends up running into her ex-boyfriend, which kind of caused the whole no quinceañera for you. And then one of the events that they have to host is her cousin's quinceañera, who was also one of the reasons why her quinceañera was canceled. So, tea is hot. Other than that, it's not really exciting me, so maybe you'll change the next 40%, we'll see. Or 30%, 20%. What did I say I was at? Anyways. Oh, I'm making some stuffed mushrooms. I got my wisdom teeth out last week, and I've been trying to experiment with trying to move away from soups and mashed potatoes into slowly something else a little bit more firm but still soft. So I was thinking maybe doing stuffed mushrooms and bake it so that it gets a little softer, and then do like a lighter filling. So I'm able to, I don't know, we're gonna see what happens. We're watching Falcon and Winter Soldier. We've already watched episode 1, but I have no memory of it because I was like knocked out from my wisdom teeth medicine, so I'm rewatching it. I went on Twitter and my dummy completely forgot today was Friday and completely spoiled myself for episode 2, but you know what? It's alright. It's okay. It's okay, baby, it's okay. Anyway, so yeah, I'm just gonna do some reading tonight. See these, do these stuffed mushrooms. I'll add some footage if I do. Watch some TV, and I'll see you in whatever clip comes next. Alright, so it is about 11 o'clock at night. I'm about to hop in bed, like quite literally about to hop in bed. I did not finish Once Upon a Quinceañera. I'm still like 85% of the way through. It is not holding my attention. Like, I'll pick it up or read a couple pages and then I'm distracted, or I want to do something else, I'm going on a different app. It's just not doing it for me. Typically at this point when I feel like this, I would DNF it, especially since I've been feeling this for a while with the book, but I'm already this further along. I made it this far. Might as well just finish it. Might as well just get to the ending, be disappointed, 3.5, 3 stars, move on. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try to finish it before bed, and depending on how tired I am, I think I'm going to read a couple chapters of my next book, which is probably going to be a book by, well, let me get back to you. Alright, so I'm back. I just had to check my Libby holds and available options on Kindle. I'm gonna do Libby first, of course, just because those are due soon, but I did see some notifications about NetGalley books being available today, so I had to go check those and see if I want to do those first, but I can't. Libby has to be first. So I'm probably going to pick one of my 2 books that are available from Olivia Dade. If you don't know Olivia Dade is an author that writes plus-size contemporary romances. And there was multiple that popped up one day, and I was like, I'm just going to add, and now I have like 4 days to finish. So, yeah, I put a poll up on my Instagram asking people what my next reading vlog should be and my TBR. I'm gonna try to have like a set TBR thing, kind of inspired by Mare Reads and Chandler from Chandler Ainsley. Did I pronounce the S the first time? Chandler Ainsley. Listen, it's my bedtime. I don't know what's going on up in here, but I noticed that Chandler's videos have been kind of like backlog videos, a bunch of videos that were filmed weeks to months prior to them being uploaded. I love that idea because you're kind of just ready, good to go, you know, a couple weeks ahead of time. And it's also great if you ever decided to take a break and kind of just do whatever for a while. You're set. You are set. Mayor does a lot of videos like all the time. They tend to be secret TBRs, set TBRs, tend to have some sort of theme with them, and I really like them. I want to try them because I tend to be a mood reader. I want to see if I can stick to a TBR. Like, I'm trying to find a way. So far, writing down TBRs doesn't work. Maybe if I had like a video, kind of like an obligation, it'll make me do it. Who knows? So I posted the poll on Instagram, and what I realized is that the 3 stacks I had were actually colors. Well, I had a giant stack, and I realized it was basically the color themes. I made them to 3 stacks, and I asked, would you prefer the green stack, the black stack, or the blue stack? The green stack does have a buddy read in it, so that one book might get taken out if that, just, you know, if the buddy read ends up happening later. And then the blue stack has 4 books. Again, one of those books probably be taken out if it ends up being later. So, as of right now, green is winning, which I predicted just because those are popular fantasy books that many people have read and enjoyed. I am anxious because they're huge, but I'm also excited to kind of just get them out of the way because these are all books I really wanted to read and have been on my TBRs the past couple months. I just never picked up. So yeah. I hate this. So I'm coming back to YouTube. We're trying to. And I hate that all my clips, like my update clips for the vlog, are like 6 minutes long. I'm trying to make it short. And I just hate it because, like, I feel like everything's important now that I'm back. I also feel like I need to stop talking. Yeah, so we're not going to do that. What I'm going to do instead is, hi, got my wisdom teeth checked today. Everything's good. I can eat and brush my teeth like normal. Just excited for that. I finished Once Upon a Quinceañera. Probably gave it like a 2 3-star. Wasn't really exciting me. Kind of got really frustrated with the main character, and I hated how everything magically perfectly worked out within like 2 chapters. Yeah, I'm starting some books by Olivia Dade, and I'm enjoying them so far. I'll give some more thoughts when I get further ahead. I did miss the reading sprints, the first set of reading sprints. I went to bed when they started. Like, I don't know why, but I thought that they were starting later today. I might have been thinking of someone else's sprints. I don't even, one of the hosts is on that, and that might have been why. I don't even know. But I remember going to bed, and I was reading Olivia Dade's spoiler alert book, and it was like, hey, Mel is live for some reading sprints. And I was like, oh my god, I forgot. I mean, I have all day to read. It is 24-hour readathon. I have some time. Like, I literally have all day, so I should be good to go. I just kind of missed out already, so it's alright. I'm running some errands today. I feel bad because I didn't bring some of my stuff that I wanted to do. I'm about to do a second trip later next week to do all of it, but I mean, it's fine. Maybe not. I might need to get some gas. The thing is, I have only, and they're probably gonna laugh at me, so I've had my license since November, but I've been driving, practicing, etc. since junior year of high school. Sophomore year or junior year? We never, like, I don't know, I'm a sophomore in college now, so if that gives some context. That took a long time just because my dad was really the only one driving me. My mom did like once in a blue moon because, you know, we have other priorities and other things. And my dad was always at work. I was always at school doing something. And then when I went to my first school, I lived on campus and I worked downtown. It was literally like a 6-minute walk. So driving and having a car for me was not a necessity and not a need for me at the moment. So we didn't really rush it. Then some life changes happened and blah, 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 blah. So now it's like, all right, we have the one car. I am now in college. I am now 19, about going on 20. But anyways, so I got my license in November during quarantine. That was a trip. Woo! It took me months to get an appointment because I tried earlier in 2020, and it was like, there's a 6 months wait. And I was like, oh my god. Finally got the appointment, failed it. So I got my license, whatever. We now share this one car, and I have never learned to pump gas. Like I said, it was never a necessity. I never learned to pump gas. I have been there when my parents pumped gas. I have just never done it. Like, I never been there from step one, getting out the car, to, or at least never done it from step one to like step 20, getting in the car. And so one day, Mom was like, hey, I need you to pump gas for me when we go on this trip. And I was like, I don't know how to do that. And she was like, you don't know how to pump gas? Your dad didn't teach you in all those times of driving? And I was like, no, it was just driving. And I guess we just never felt the need. Oh god, please don't park next to me. Oh god. Oh my god. Oh my god. This dude, we're in the most almost completely empty parking lot. And this dude parked smack next to me, and he's staring so hard. Please. Please. Oh god, there's passengers and he's leaving him in the car. I cannot do this. Ah! Oh. Alright, so I'm back. Let's ignore my hair. I took it out of my little head wrap thing, and now it looks like this. I look like a starfish. Anyways, I am kind of chilling out on the floor right now, and I just made a smoothie. So I'm gonna sit here and kind of like give myself a minute to like feel a bit better. I'm gonna take some medicine, and then I'm gonna go outside. We're doing a bit of yard work, you know, springtime. There is some reading sprints going on Any Endings channel. I'll leave the link to it down below if you want to watch it after it's over. If you would like my smoothie recipe, I will link it down below. It's mainly a bunch of fruits and fruits. I don't know why I said veggies, only one veggie. In here would be that we're starting to get, you know, softened, need to get eaten soon. So I made a smoothie. I don't use measurements, so if you're looking for measurements for that, I'm sorry. I won't be able to tell you just because I put a bunch of whatever's in there, like eyeballed it, tasted it, and then added more of what I thought needed, tasted it, added more of what I thought it needed. Just because sometimes I want more of the ginger flavor, other times I want more of the pineapple flavor, sometimes I want a little more, so it's always adjusted, so I don't really have like measurements. But for this, I put spinach, ginger, sugar, lemon juice, orange juice, mangoes, fresh and frozen, because I needed to use those, frozen peach, frozen pineapples. I think I put a little bit of mint in here, and I think that's it. I just used like a lot of everything I said. So yeah, so I didn't finish a book yesterday. Today's Sunday, and it's 12:22. I didn't get a lot done yesterday. Like, I spent most of my morning and lunch out and about, and then I came home and we spent a couple hours outside, and then I did some cleaning, and then I watched TV for the rest of the day, and then I slept. And I woke up late today, and I've kind of just been moving very slowly, so I've wow. I have decided to extend this into a weekend reading vlog, even though I sort of failed my TBR for the 24-hour readathon, which is fine. Things happen. It was whatever. Alright, so I'm currently watching a vlog from Hardback Quarter that is uploaded today, and I'm reading the book. So at this point in the story, the two characters that I assume that are going to be in a relationship have sort of met. Just starting online. So the female character is like a very popular person online that hasn't been kind of like Corpse Husband, where they're a very popular, prominent figure on social media, but you don't know what they really look like in real life, kind of like that. So they have recently uploaded a photo of them and their body in response to a question that was like, send us some of your cosplays for this character. And so they did that. And since they are a plus size person and redhead, unfortunately, society, those combinations are not great and does not always receive a lot of praise. There's a lot of hateful comments and disgust towards her body and her size and things like that, and tagged the actor, the main male character, because he plays in a role like that. And he was like, oh, like, imagine if your character dated this person looking like that. Things like that. And so the actor's like, well, I'm being tagged in this stuff, like, it's a character. Second, y'all are the most disgusting. So they have this sort of argument online, and the person's like, LOL, you totally wouldn't date someone plus size, anyone fat like that, like any girl like that. The troll. And then the actor was like, you want to bet? And so he asked the girl on the date online, like everyone could see. And now he's like, oh, publicist probably gonna smack the crap out of me. Not supposed to be doing that. She just saw the response of him asking for her date. And so now we're getting into that. And I'm like, y'all are bold. Y'all are bold. And I am scared to see it.
Touch screen, despite their attention, with you guys, but I'm literally so I did Ronald John, and I was like, cool, I'll just like make him hot, and then I.
Oh my god. When you're talking and you didn't click record. So, I finished a few books, but not within the 24 time period, so let's just get into those books. The first one is Once Upon a Quinceañera by Monica Gomez Hira. So that is a book about a girl who is working as a princess over the summer to kind of get like extra credit to go hand in hand with getting her high school diploma because she started failing or whatever, this whole thing. And she's having a hard time doing that because one of the new jobs that just get assigned is to host and attend her cousin's quinceañera. She does not have a very good relationship with her cousin because when her quinceañera came around, there was like a party, high school party they went to, and they got in trouble for drinking and doing all kinds of stuff. And then some pictures were released and some conversations released, and the boyfriend that were they even boyfriend? The guy that she was interested in, I guess, said some things that were taken out of context by the cousin, and that was, talked about all over school. So as a consequence, she lost some friends, and that guy, she lost her quinceañera. That's a punishment. Her family kind of shunned her. This whole situation, and so she kind of has a grudge towards that family. It's like 3, 4, maybe 5 years later. Girlfriend, who gives a crap? Not me. I understand frustrations and grudge towards family. I understand family conflicts and some families having these high expectations that they really hope for you to achieve that makes it impossible to treat you a certain way, or they have their own insecurities and issues that they project onto other people in this whole thing. Like, I understand it. My family does it, and it's so annoying. But that is a long time to be angry about that, especially when that is something that could have easily been resolved by sitting down with that family and just being like, okay, listen here. We need to sit down and we need to talk about this situation in details so you know what actually happened. And also feel like because she was so angry and so in a grudge towards that family, any person somewhat related to that kind of got some of the backlash of that, and that kind of irritated me because all these innocent bystanders were having to deal with that. And I'm like, listen, I'm here to work. Take the drama out the door. Okay? I haven't rated it on Goodreads yet, but I'm giving like maybe 2-3 stars. Okay, it's average. I see what it was hoping for, what it was striving for. I see who the audience is. I see what people enjoy. It just was not for me. And I'm just kind of like, I don't really know where I want to put it in the 5-star rating scale. The next book I read is Spoiler by Olivia Day. I believe my first plus size romance that I can think of off the top of my head. It is about a woman who is a blogger. and also a fan fiction writer about this really popular TV show and book series. I guess the equivalent to that for us would be Game of Thrones. I think the equivalent would be Game of Thrones. And it also follows the main actor, male actor of that show, in his life. And so one day there's a tweet that goes out like, show us your favorite or your best cosplay of this character. And so she posts a picture of her on Twitter. And that's the first time I think anyone has ever seen her face and body. And she's plus size, and unfortunately, being plus size in this terrible, terrible world, there's a lot of hate and it's all this other crap that comes with it. And so of course here comes the trolls saying all they had to say, and they tagged the actor in it, and I was like, oh, you bold. You tagging actors and stuff, you bold to think that, okay. And the actor was like, what are you doing? Basically shut them down. And they were like, oh, you're not gonna date a plus size, a fat girl like that. She needs to get together, something like that. We never imagine her being in the shower. And then the actor was like, dude, she's hot. Like, listen, I would be blessed to be in the same room as them. And ask her out all over Twitter. And I was like, oh, y'all are so bold. Y'all are so bold. I definitely related to some of those thoughts and feelings that she was having and why she jumped to conclusions with certain things that other people were saying. But I did feel like at certain moments, give him a chance. I also liked that they talked about it because I feel like he didn't realize what he was saying is wrong because that's his routine to be healthy and athletic for his job. I like that they talked about it. I like that he would ask her certain questions about what she liked and what she wanted and try to show her, I can give you what you want, I can give you what you need, but also not push you because I know you're not necessarily there yet. And I like that. There was some moments and some comments that was made where it was like it was basically when they're talking about her weight, and I don't remember if there's a third party there, and it was like, and we like that, and I was like, oh God. But anyway, he basically shows her that he does not care, and that he's actually a lot more concerned about some other things. Oh, there's dyslexia rep, which was really interesting because I'm actually doing a project on dyslexia. And so when we found out the character is dyslexic, I was like, tell me more. And I thought it was really interesting because I feel like dyslexia is something you don't really hear a lot about in media, books, or anything like that. And I feel like if it's someone like him in the spotlight, I definitely don't think you would hear about it. I feel like that would be something that they would try to kind of shun for a little bit until they got into a certain point into their career. And I could definitely see that happening a bit with him. I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed this book. I gave it 4 stars. I'm about to give it a 5-star because it was great. The next book I read is Let's Talk About It, A Teen Guide to Sex, Relationships, and Being Human graphic novel, which I believe is the very first of it. I just saw this on Libby, and I was like, in the moment, I was mad because I really wanted to get registered for the Women's Gender Studies class, and it's already like 1 seat left, and registration literally started yesterday for seniors. Everyone else hasn't registered yet. How is it that there's only 1 seat left? And so I was mad, and I'm like, listen, I would like to learn more about the body and gender and sexuality and expression and all that stuff because I feel like that is interesting to learn about, very important to learn about, and something I never really got the opportunity to get proper education of in any of my other schools. Like, it'll be, if you did, it would be like 1 day, and they would teach you sex is sex, don't have sex, period. That was basically it. And so I was like, this book just popped up on Libby, and it was like newly added, and I was like, oh. And it was in graphic novel form. And since I'm a very visual person, I feel like that was very helpful. Uncomfortable at certain moments just because I was like, oh, details. But it was very easy to understand, very easy to get through, very quick to get through. Very informative for certain things. And some of that stuff, like I said, I have never heard about, never talked about, never, or I maybe briefly saw it like on a tweet or something. And I feel like I have learned like 80,000 more things, and I think people need to pick it up. It's a very random thing, like a very random to pick up book. But I just enjoyed that it was friendly enough to be for teenagers, adults, and maybe middle graders, some cussing and some other words in there. It did what it was set out to do. And it was great. Next book I read is 40 Love, 20 Love. It's a tennis ball romance by Olivia Dade. Plus size rep. Semi-celebrity rep. Age gap rep. Woo wee. Miss Olivia! Who gave you the permission? I don't know what to say. So this follows this 40-year-old teacher who goes on a vacation with her friend to this like resort type place. And she has a wardrobe malfunction where she's like trying to adjust her bra, whatever. Her swimsuit top, bra, it's the same thing, who cares? And you know how sometimes it happens in the water, you get hit by a wave and the thing goes gone, it's gone. See her, that could ruin her career. And even though it was an accident that was not intended to happen, blah blah blah, but it was still, you know. And so she sees this random dude who's over there swimming, chilling, and she's like, "You, oh boy, Goldilocks, give me a towel and let's go." Basically, just takes command and tells him to come help her out, which she does, blah blah blah, and they do a little flirtation thing, and her friend is like, I like what I'm seeing. And her friend signs her up for multiple, very expensive, non-refundable, late at night tennis lessons with him because apparently he's a tennis instructor on this resort. Somewhat without her permission, and their relationship goes from there. I like this one because when it comes to age gap romances, I notice a lot of them tend to be older men or women, and like the youngest one is like just over 18 or just turned 18. And I'm just like, ew. This one, he's 27. He's in the upper 20s. I can't remember the exact age because they do reference like his past and different things that happened in his 20s. So I don't remember the exact age. But anyways, I really liked this one because not only did it talk about being an older woman trying to get back into relationships and, you know, the dating world because it's been some time, but also being someone younger looking for something different. And also the how some people mature mentally, emotionally, physically somewhat faster than other people, and I feel like they have the capacity to date older people. If that makes sense? Does that make sense? This kind of discussed how he has been in the spotlight for a period. He has done college and all that, and kind of has grown up and is able to handle a relationship, period, but also a relationship with an older woman who has her life established and things like that. And also being able to acknowledge that, yes, I am younger, and yes, that you are older, but for this relationship to happen, the A, B, C, and D needs to happen, and for us to this successful, we both need to come to some sort of compromise, things like that. Like, just handling the relationship on a more mature level that is necessary for the relationship. And I liked it. There were moments where they both kind of clashed at certain points because they weren't necessarily understanding or listening to the other person. You know, age gap type stuff, typical things. But I did like how they came together and talked about it. Like, he came to her when he pissed her off at multiple points and apologized and things like that, or she would come to him and things like that. And I like that they put the effort in. Yeah. don't know. It was very different from all the other age gap romances I've talked. Like, it was a lot more of like conversation, a lot more consent, a lot more understanding, a lot more compromising, a lot more discussing. You know what I mean? Like, the way that the relationship was handled for being age gap romance felt a lot more mature and understandable and ready on both parts. I hope that I'm making sense. I don't know if I'm making sense. I think I'm making sense. But yeah, I liked it. I really enjoyed it. I think I'm gonna give this one 4 to 5 stars. I enjoyed it. I don't know if I enjoyed it as much as Spoiler Alert. And with that being said, I would definitely pick up more Olivia Dade, and I would definitely recommend it to other people. Now, if you're not super into sex scenes and detailed sex scenes, skip. There are multiple in the 40 Love one, the tennis one. It started sooner, so yeah. And also because a lot of these are more older, more mature adults, not like little teens like sex. They're a lot more like, we're gonna flirt and I'm gonna say some jokes about you, kind of thing. I am going to continue with this dyslexia article and take some notes to get my presentation ready. Thank you guys so much for watching and coming on this wild journey. If you stuck around since my last video and like waited for me to come back, you are a real one. And anything else people say, I don't really know. I'm 19, I don't know the lingo. I don't know the lingo. Andy from Mouse Reads, Jess from Books Past Bedtime, Christina and Mo from the Movies Digest, and a couple other people. Y'all are 100% queens. We love to see it. We love to see it. And for those of you who have been doing tags and things like that, I'm gonna tag me in them and be like, hey, whenever you come back, you wanna jump on this. I appreciate you because I will do them. I will do them. I have them in my notes. I will do them, I promise. Y'all have been my lifeline. So with that being said, I'm gonna go. And if you made it this far, leave a yellow emoji. I have a yellow highlighter here. Leave a yellow emoji down below. If there's a highlighting emoji, that would be cool. Leave that, but I don't know if that's a thing. But if you made it this far, leave a yellow emoji. Let me know what books you were hoping to read in the upcoming month of April, because April's starting soon. And I'll see you in the next one, which will probably be my unhaul, I think. But yeah, I'll see you in the next one.